Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank you for tuning in to Canal Algérie's nightly news. On July the 11th, here are the headlines.
أعتقد أن الأوان أن أعلن أني سأترشح لعهدة ثانية مثل ما يسمح بها الدستور.
The President of the Republic announces his intention to run for another presidential term during his periodic meeting with representatives of the national press. The first group of the national's children arrives to Algeria to spend their vacations in several coastal cities to discover their ancestral customs and traditions. Political and social tensions keep marking the daily life of Moroccans, voicing their anger against the Makhzen regime, still turning a deaf ear to the trade unions' demands. Welcome back. We begin with tonight's breaking story as the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, announced his intention to run for a second term. This came during his periodic meeting with press representatives.
نزولا عند الرغبة نتاع كثير من الأحزاب والمنظمات السياسية وغير سياسية والشباب نتاعنا، أعتقد أن الأوان أن أعلن أني سأترشح لعهدة ثانية مثل ما يسمح بها الدستور. إذا الشعب قرر التزكية أهلا وسهلا، وإلا أنا كنت قمت بواجب، يعني من جزء من الواجب، واللي يجي يكمل الله يسهل.
In the same meeting, the President of the Republic evoked a set of national and international files. To this effect, he indicated that Algeria is on the right path of development and a sound economy, adding that relentless efforts are being made to attain that objective. As for Algeria's diplomatic position, he affirmed that it is improving to regain its past status as a key player on the international scene. We will be back to this topic with further information in our upcoming news bulletins. In related news, the individual subscription forms of candidate Abdelmajid Tebboune were withdrawn today at the headquarters of the election's National Independent Authority. Up until now, the number reached 35 applicants for candidacy.
In accordance with the provisions of the Constitution and the Organic Electoral Law, I have withdrawn on behalf of Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune the subscription forms related to his participation in the presidential elections for his second term, pursuant to the legal procedures.
منه منحني إياه لأقوم بهذه المهمة والتي تدخل في إطار إجراءات القانونية المعمول بها. إن شاء الله كل شيء بالتوفيق.
In the framework of facilitating the validation process of individual signature subscription forms to the benefit of candidates, the validation centers will remain open every day, including Fridays and holidays, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., while the line 3058 is active for candidates to take appointments and validate the individual signatures. In other news, the Prime Minister Nadir al-Arbawi chaired today a government meeting concerning the examination of the state of advancement of the adoption of the judicial system related to the justice sector, with the provisions of the 2020 Constitution, as well as measures adopted to improve the public sector and ensure the good management of the judicial apparatus. And this pursuant to the commitment of the President of the Republic related to global reform of justice in order to guarantee its independence and modernization. The government also examined a draft executive decree specifying the deadlines for paying expenses, the methods of collecting revenues, and the conditions for accepting defund values, which sets the deadlines for implementing expense and sets procedures that allow improving the rate of revenue collection. The contacts are following up on the implementation of the directives of the President of the Republic regarding the development of fishing products. The government listened to presentation on the strategy for developing aquaculture and marine fishing in the 2030 horizons, which aims to improve the supply of national market with maritime fishing products, thus contributing to enhancing food security. The government lastly listened to a presentation on the state of advancement of the modernization project of the Bay of Algiers, which comes in the framework of the strategic vision of the President of the Republic for the development and modernization of the capital Algiers by the horizon of 2030. As part of his working visit to Canada, the president of the Algerian Economic Renewal Council, OCREA, Kamal Moula, met with the Council of Businessmen in Quebec, Canada, in preparation of a signing of a memorandum of understanding between the members of the two organizations. The Economic Renewal Council brought together 170 economic operators in an economic forum on investment opportunities in Algeria, where the fields of renewable energies and mining, pharmaceutical production, agriculture, agricultural foods, in addition to introducing an investors platforms and means to manage investment files, were brought up. The business forum wound up with the signing of a memorandum between CREA and the Algerian-Canadian Council for Economic Development. The Algerian Embassy in France organized a ceremony on the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of Algiers' independence, where our Algerian community all gathered to celebrate this symbolic date. Reported by Afaf Belouchet, taken up by Melissa Kebash.
On the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of independence, the Algerian Embassy in France organized a gathering that brought together our national community settled there, namely politicians, civil society, and artists.
It's an honor for us to be here all together. I am so happy to be here as I am a grandchild of a martyr. I grew up with stories of the Algerian Revolution. We pay homage today to the martyrs who sacrificed their lives.
Algerian international artists were present as well to honor the memory of our valiant martyrs.
As an Algerian, it is my duty to be present in such events. I am born in 1962, so this date means a lot to me. I am here to honor this symbolic date and event, therefore I am glad to be here. It is my pleasure to be here. It is a symbolic date for us.
French-Algerian figures took part in this event to further bolster friendship between our communities.
I've always supported and worked for friendly relations between Algeria and France. As a French Algerian, I am glad to be here today. I am happy to share this moment with Algerians. We are very happy to be here as we wish a happy Independence Day to all Algerians.
The Algerian community always sticks together here in France. This can be beneficial for the French policy. This is a fraternal moment for this community, which is very optimistic. Despite the situation in France, I think that this Algerian energy is an important component of our identity. It is incredible to be able to celebrate the 62nd anniversary together.
During his speech, the Algerian ambassador Said Moussi indicated how strong our community is, with its principles and achievements made for the edification of the new Algeria. He also called on our community to be united so as to achieve and implement the goals and dreams of our beloved homeland.
Also in our community's daily window, the first group of children of our nationals established abroad, composed of 149 kids, accompanied by 15 supervisors, arrived in Algeria for a one-week vacation in different provinces of the country, including Jijil, Annaba, and Oran. This initiative allows them to discover the landscape and traditions of their homeland. And so the holidays have begun for a large number of our children from the community established in France. A total of 750 children deported from Algeria from various airports across France. From Paris alone, 125 children joined the summer camps in Algeria. Report by Afaf Belouchet, taken up by Madan Maafa.
The big day has arrived and the excitement was at its peak this morning at Charles de Gaulle Airport. The summer camp season has officially kicked off with several flights from France carrying 750 children. Today alone, 125 of these children are departing from Paris, all under the careful supervision of the Grand Mosque of Paris.
It was an honor for us to send these young children to visit the land of their parents, thanks to the invitation of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, whom I sincerely thank. This move demonstrates that the national community abroad is being valued.
The The same joyous atmosphere prevailed in the city of Lille.
Both me and my children are honored to be the guests of the head of state.
As noted by the Algerian General Council of Lille, particular feelings and emotions prevailed.
Among the numerous initiatives of the President of the Republic, and in my opinion, the most significant one is his involvement with the national community abroad. This outreach to the national community has generated even more enthusiasm compared to last year.
Discovering the country is also what makes these young children dream, as they eagerly look forward to this beautiful adventure that lies ahead.
I would like to thank everyone, the ones who organized this, the Grand Mosque of Paris and the Algerian president.
And there are still the bittersweet moments of saying goodbye to their mothers. But one thing is certain, Algeria, the great mother of all, will welcome them with open arms.
International news now. In Morocco, social and political tensions are mounting, threatening to destabilize the current regime. A national protest organized by the health sector union was violently repressed by the authorities. At the same time, weekly demonstrations organized against normalization with the Zionist entity displaying widespread popular anger. Ines Killo has more.
The socio-political situation in Morocco is undergoing an unprecedented rise in tension, threatening to provoke a popular implosion that could undermine the Makhzen regime. The Moroccan security services, led by Abdellatif Hamouchi, recently used force to disperse a national march organized by the Coordination of Health Sector Unions. The protest, which was due to set off from Bab el-Had towards the Parliament building in Rabat, was broken up by water cannons. The demonstrators were protesting against the non-fulfillment of an agreement signed last January between the Ministry of Health and the National Coordination. The anger of health personnel intensified following the unilateral promulgation of 3 government decrees without consultation or the provision of detailed data concerning the creation of territorial health groupings. The Coordination of Health Sector Unions has already called for a plan of struggle consisting of a 3-day national strike, demonstrations, and a new strike scheduled for July 16th, 17th, and 18th, ensuring only emergency and on-call services. Parallel to these protests in the health sector, Morocco is the scene of massive weekly demonstrations against normalization of relations with the Zionist entity. These demonstrations, which take place every Saturday in the country's 4 major cities, attract 10,000 people. The protesters denounce what they see as a betrayal of the Palestinian cause by the Makhzen, which they accuse of sacrificing the interest of the people for political gain. The widespread discontent shake in Morocco set the tone of a deep crisis that goes beyond the health sector. All sectors seem to be affected by the social discontent, highlighting the frustrations accumulated over the year. As for the Makhzen, it continues to turn a deaf ear to the in-depth crisis likely to destabilize the country.
In Iran, the Mediterranean village is now increasing the province's capacity in terms of hotel. It is open to tourists during the summer season in addition to accommodation. The complex offers a cultural program and a variety of activities. Let's watch with Selim Skandar, Ines Killo.
The Mediterranean village opens its doors to summer visitors, an initiative by local authorities to increase visitors' capacity and promote tourism in Oran province.
We've launched an operation to promote the Mediterranean village through a range of cultural, sporting and tourist activities. The village offers different choices to tourists, both local and foreigners.
In addition to accommodation, the Mediterranean village offers a multitude of services and activities for residents, including guided tours of the city, concerts, and games for children.
We came from Bouhaqi with our family. We are having a great vacation here. We came from Shlif province. We are very satisfied with the services offered. We enjoy a rich and varied program in a family atmosphere.
It's a new infrastructure built for the Mediterranean Games with some 2,263 rooms, 4 restaurants, 55 medical offices, and several green spaces for relaxation, consolidating the already existing hotels in Al Bahia city.
From the gorgeous Oran, we end tonight's bulletin. Thank you and take care.